You can't just be anti something.
Right. You have to have the
I'm against Trump. Okay, what are you for?
Yeah.
What are you for? Do you agree? We think we should be doing this. You got a problem with that? Okay, well then maybe I can't vote for you.
I'm for pencils without erasers.
There you go.
And you make your
You
mistake.
need to learn how to make them deal with a mistake. Two Bros Podcast.
What up, it's your boy Chad O. Out here in LA.
Time to get along with the subway. Thank you, Valencia, but I'm about to head on the train heading to Madrid. I'm telling about Two Bros Podcast on 13 Ghost TV. Like, subscribe, and send us a few messages. I don't hablo mucho español, but I'm doing the best I can.
Hello, everyone in TV land. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. We are back in the studio.
We are back, giving each other COVID. Fuck it.
Yes, if you ain't got it by now, you're gonna get it today.
You're gonna get it. That's right. This dude at the I went and got gas before I came over, and I went filling up my gas. I don't have a mask on.
Yeah.
No.
So you get the death of stare.
Dude pulls up next to me on the other side of the thing, pulls out his mask, and he says, "Hey, bro, you really should wear your mask."
Yeah.
And I say, "Well, you really didn't have to come right up next to me. You could have. There's like 8 other things you could have done. So back up a little bit."
I really think people just everyone's focused on the mask more than the issue. The issue is the distance. Like chill. Like you don't have to be all up on me to tell me I don't have a mask.
Right, to come up to me, "Hey, bro, you really should be wearing your mask."
Jeez.
Well, if you'd back up, we'd all be fine.
Back the fuck up, as they say in Onyx, man. Back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. I miss those guys, man. Onyx, they were tough.
That's energy. That's like
a lot of energy.
That's like always on 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like always on 10. It's never just they're never on. You never heard Onyx on 6 or 7. You know, Onyx was always on 10.
They had a few melodic, like Me and Jack, the Black Vagina Finder. Me and Jack, the Black Vagina Finder. Me and Jack. So you go from 10 to like.
I forgot that.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, but instead of 10, it is Two Bros Podcast, episode 101. God damn it, if you didn't know, you know now. We are in the building. We are back in the studio. The COVID series was a lot of fun.
Tremendous amount of fun.
We loved connecting with everyone, all of our guests who participated and really had patience with us during the COVID season. We had a fun time, and StreamYarding was fantastic.
StreamYard turned out to be a home run.
Yeah,
and it's kind of interesting how like COVID like started this like a different way of doing things.
Absolutely,
you know.
Businesses are now. We got a memo from like in the hotel world that Morgan Stanley has suspended. Business travel, Dean Witter, all the big accounts from these firms that used to have these conferences,
right?
And they would book the hotels in advance and do their big shindigs. They're no longer doing it because they're doing them on Zoom.
Yeah,
and everyone's getting their care packages mailed to them.
Yeah.
The literature. You could stay at your home office or your local office, but you don't need to fly a guy from Texas to New York to have a conference, have bagels, croissants, and meat. And everyone's realizing how foolish this was. You know,
it was kind of we're spending how much on what?
Yeah. Wow.
Indeed. Just to say hello.
Yeah, like
me to hand you stuff. You know what I mean? And depending on what your packages are like, you probably don't even need to hand them packages. You could probably just send it all. You could probably just download stuff.
PDF, I'm sure.
We'll send you these files and you download them and that's yours.
I have gone to meetings across the country to California. That's like, what? That's why I'm here?
That's why I'm here.
Shit, you could have emailed that. That would have been a lot nicer of an email. And
that's a note.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on. I get it. I like California. I like going out there. I like traveling. I mean, and until consumer confidence comes back with the travel, I think people are just really reticent to travel.
Right.
With, are you going to keep me safe? Are you,
Well, it depends on why you're traveling, too.
Yeah.
Like, like a lot of the, like you said, a lot of the business stuff's going to be going down.
Yeah.
So why are you traveling? Maybe you're going to, travel to visit relatives or something like that. Or,
right.
I don't know, you're moving.
Well, now the biggest trend in the hotel business is the roadside hotels have become more popular than everything else.
What do you mean by the roadside?
So roadside is where you pull your car up, and your car is usually parked outside your front door.
Oh,
right?
like a Motel 6?
Motel. That's the move now because no one wants to be in these lobbies with all these people hanging around corralling. Where communal was the biggest niche for the market. It was how to hook up the communal space. Keep the rooms as small as possible. Make out communal spaces where people gather and hang out and chargers
hang
and
out, charge your phone. You got a
sit
little
here,
business
coffee,
center.
order coffee, sit there all day, kind of get your work done, kind of workplace day.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh shit, I don't think this is a good idea. So there's a lot to
Change
evolve,
the market,
lot
yeah.
to evolve, yeah. And we still don't know.
So do you think bigger hotel chains will start having their little like roadside things, like having like maybe putting up a spot here, or maybe setting up some of their rooms that it's a, hey, check in, your room is here. You don't have to come in and see nobody. You can just go right to your room.
So
kind of like how they do the rental cars. Like you don't even have to
Yeah.
see anybody when you go get a rental car. You just go boop 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 boop. Your car's in CE27, and you
Absolutely.
go there and get your car, and then you go on about your business.
Yeah, Hilton has a actually pre-COVID, Hilton had the contactless check-in, where everything's through your phone. You don't have to check in. You don't go to a front desk. You don't go. You get all your information on your phone, and you put your phone to the door, proximity-wise. And at one point, it only worked for Android. So it was
Okay.
like, well, what about iPhone guys?
But but that's a matter of time. That's
That
development.
was infancy. I guess it took time to evolve and get better, and they got it better. And they were the ones like, wow, we stepped in shit because we had this already. So come on over to here. But the biggest issue is there still is no way to tell how clean the room is, right? So you walk in, you don't know. We judge things by see, smell, taste,
Right.
and so now you're looking at an invisible bully, right? You go into this room and you go, it smells clean. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
How
how else are you going to do that? I mean, how far are we going to take it to say that, well, I'm not safe here?
Yeah.
And it's going to be subjective to people. Some people are not going to give a shit. Some people are going to be like, I'm tired, I'm just going to go in this room and go to bed, blah, 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 blah. Some people are going to, think they smell something, and they're going to call everybody and
Freak
say,
out.
hey, look, this room ain't clean, and...
So here's the flip side of that makes it a little bit more of a liability issue, and where a lot of hotel owners are starting to panic because people are going to hotels, probably already had it, and then they go and get checked and say, I caught it at the hotel. And they're telling the owner, your business, I paid to stay here and you told me it was safe and clean. Now I'm contracted this, I got it here. So how do you prove it?
That's hard to prove. Yeah, that's hard to prove.
But
though.
this is it doesn't now. I have this argument with tons of people in the hospitality business because they always think that, well, the right type of guest would never do that, like an honest guest. I said, but if there's a possibility, then it can happen.
Yeah.
And it happened. Somebody, 54th Street, they sued the owner. They put out and said they got sick and they got really bad, and and they were a healthcare worker and they were sent there to work. De Blasio, hey, if you need this room, we'll give you a room. You could stay in a hotel room, and it's like, wow, I caught it here.
Right.
So,
and it's do you think it's like merely opportunistic because it doesn't make sense? You're not going to sue the bodega where you got your coffee.
No.
So. But you are going to,
big
Hilton's got money, so
big
sue
corporate,
them.
big corporation. Hey, I'm going to take my chances and say, which fucks it up for everyone.
Right.
Anytime there's any type of insurance fraud or any type of claim fraud, or that always fucks it up for the people down the road.
Right.
And people, if you do that, you're just a horrible person. Like you're just a selfish, horrible
You're a
person.
selfish bitch.
Yeah, you're selfish, and you just want things for you. And you're going to cash out and you're going to get your payday, but forget